Okay, so now that we've got our walls drawn and our doors and windows figured out, where the locations figured out, I'm going to go ahead and get started on drawing the doors and the windows themselves. So step 5, we're kind of in the middle of that step. That's where we defined the location of the windows. We need to now draw the windows themselves. So we're going to use, we need to set the Windows layer current. I'll pull this down, select Windows, and we're going to use the rectangle command. When I do the windows, I just kind of draw them off to the side over here. Click anywhere to start that rectangle, and that first one, it tells us this is going to be a 3-foot window. Our walls are 4 inches thick, so we're going to make it 3 foot along the x-axis and 4 inches along the y-axis. So I'll just type in 36, comma, 4, enter. You could have typed 3 with the foot symbol if you'd like. I've got another window that's going to be 2 feet, so I'll just start it right here, and I'll type in 24, comma, 4. And I need to draw a line, so this is why we had that midpoint O-snap on, is I'm just going to draw a line from midpoint to midpoint, and then from midpoint to midpoint. So that's what a window block looks like. We need to move these windows into place now. So what I'm going to do, I've already defined where the center of these windows are, so I'm going to just copy this block and I'm going to pick it up from the bottom midpoint. So I'll do the copy command, select the window, press enter, select the bottom midpoint of that window, and now I can snap to the bottom of this line. That copy command stays active, so I can just keep copying. I've got all 3 of those windows, looks good. I'm going to come over here now and rotate, because I've got that window one more time along this wall, so I need to have a vertical window. I'm just going to take the one I've drawn and use the rotate command, select the window, anywhere for a base point, and I'm going to rotate it at 90 degrees. Now I'm going to do the move command. Just pick it up from the midpoint, place it right here, and I have one more window, just the one in the bathroom, and it's this guy over here. So I'm going to do the move command again, pick it up from the midpoint, place it right here. Now all of my windows are in place. I had those little construction lines. I'm going to go delete those out real quick. Alright, so my windows have been taken care of. Now, the next step, I need to do the doors. This is step 6. And when you do a door, it's like a rectangle here with an arc. So we're going to do 2 different commands to get those doors. The first thing I need to do, though, is set my doors layer current. I'll go ahead and zoom in down here, and I'm going to draw my first rectangle. Remember, this was a 36-inch door opening, so I'm going to start a rectangle here. The book is telling me that the door should be 1 inch thick, and then the door is 36 inches wide. So I'm going to make it 1, 36, and I've got that door inserted. The next thing I need to do is draw an arc. When you draw that arc, you want to use the Start Center End option. So that's what's nice about using the arc command from the ribbons, is you get this pull down where you can choose which arc it's going to ask you for, or what the arc is going to prompt you for. So I've got Start Center End, and if you flip the page in the book, it actually shows kind of a close-up version of the steps, or where you're going to actually click to get this arc. But this will be the start point. The center point is right where that rectangle touches the door, and then the end point is the edge of that rectangle. So I've got my door drawn. It's important to remember, when you're drawing arcs, AutoCAD draws them counterclockwise. So if you want it to bulge out this way, you need to start at the bottom and then click at the top as your final point. I'm going to repeat that step, but this time this is a 2-foot door. So my rectangle is going to be 1 inch, 24 inches. I'll go back to my arc command, start, center, end. Looks good. I forgot to draw the door over here. You know what I'm going to do is just copy this door and I'm going to rotate it. Now I can just move that into place. Pick it up from this corner to right here. That was another 2-foot door, so you could have drawn a rectangle and an arc again, but if you've already got something drawn once, if it's easier, that probably wasn't necessarily any easier than drawing a rectangle and an arc, but a lot of times it's helpful to use the tools that you've got. Alright, so that was it. That was drawing the doors. The next step that we're going to do is to put in all of the notes.